Coach, maybe just, in the media day, when you were talking about Tyler, you called him a stat stuffer.
He is, isn't he? I wasn't lying.
He's kind of fit the bill tonight. Can you just talk about his game and how he's been playing tonight and this year?
Can't say enough great things about Tyler. I mean, he really is a triple-double guy. I mean, he's averaging, this 6 games in, he's averaging 9 rebounds a game, and he's really scoring it well. And the great part about him is that he's such a team guy. He just wants to win. And he's driving it. He's got such a great feel for the game. He really knows how to play. But that being said, look at 6 assists tonight, and 1 turnover. And he plays 31 minutes, And the thing about Tyler is he's just a player. I don't know that you can categorize him as a 1, a 2, a 3, or 4. He's just a basketball player. And he plays all those spots. He plays the 1. Tonight he started at the 1. He plays a lot of 2. He plays a ton of 3. And when we play small ball, guess who's guarding the 4? Tyler is. And so I just can't say enough good things about Tyler. He's bought in from day one. He's a great vocal leader on the team. And then lastly is you can challenge that kid. He has a lot of pride in not only himself, but with University of South Dakota. And that means something. You can tell he means something to that kid. And so he's really been off to a fast start.
Do you feel like it was the defense that really won that game tonight once you turned it on?
We had some runs. I think, early on in the game we were awful defensively. I felt like we scored almost all night. There weren't a whole lot of – there was a couple little small runs where we missed some wide open shots, to be quite frank. But defensively, early we were really bad. Then we subbed in a lineup, and I think we stopped them 8 or 9 straight possessions. And that's when we kind of, I think we seized up to a 10 or 12-point lead or whatever. I think it was up to 13 at one point. And then we started switching it up, and then we started, but that was after the second media timeout. And then so the last 11, 12 minutes, we never got more than 2 stops in a row to end the first half. And it showed. Right, what was the score at halftime? 47-40. So offense certainly wasn't an issue, but to give up 40 points to a team that, averages, I believe, just under 70 or right around 70 a game, we weren't real pleased that way. And then we started out the second half the same way defensively. They scored on their first 3 or 4 possessions and got it to within 3, I believe, early. And then, we started really challenging them, their pride, and we were able to get a bunch of stops. And there was a little stretch we didn't score either, but they weren't scoring. And that at the end of the day, in the second half, they shoot 30 rounded up, 31%. They shoot 27 threes a game, and they only made 4, which was good. But part of that is we were a sieve defensively, giving up layups there for a stretch. But we did tighten it up. They did respond. And saw some good things out of some different guys.
Has that kind of been a story as you're going to see a lot of guys out there?
I think so. And that's not, to be honest, as an assistant coach or my 3 years as a head coach, we've always played 9 or 10 guys. Now, in a Division I game, it's a different game because you have all the media timeouts. But with this team, this guy to the right, I feel like we know every night what we're going to get out of Brandon. And we had just talked about Tyler. I feel every night we know what we're going to get out of Tyler. And you know what? You should. Those are 2 seniors. They've been down that road before. They've played a lot of minutes in the past, especially Brandon. So he gets it. He knows the game. The hard part, it's new for everybody. Not only it's new for me coaching Brandon. It's new for Brandon playing, for us. It's new for all the assistants. I've never worked with any of the assistants before. So going through a scouting process and doing that whole thing. And then we have a lot of new guys in the program, so they're all trying to gel and play together too. And it's a work in progress. But you know what? We're 6 games in now, and that's 20% of our season. And so we have some guys that are starting to trend upward, and we have some other guys that are kind of flatlining a little bit. And guess what? If you're staying the same, you're probably getting left behind, And so the key is we can't give up on certain guys, on guys. We got to try to help put them in a position to succeed. I got to do more things for him in terms of some sets, but I'll give our team a lot of credit. I feel like we've really bought into our offensive philosophy, and we're doing some great things. and now we just got to start hitting a few threes because I know we can. That was the last thing in the world I was worried about at the start of the year was us making threes, and now we're, I think Brandon's really shooting it well right now, and we got to get some other guys going, that way, and we will. I know we will.
Tyler mentioned, just the toll that those overtime losses it took a little bit of toll. How does it? Maybe talk about how the team responded to those two tough losses and how it feels to get that first W.
I feel like we really responded well. It's a hard thing. I mean, these guys put a lot of time and energy and effort, and we had some long practices early on this year, and there's a lot of investment. You're either spending time or you're investing time. And I feel like our guys have really invested time well. And so when you put that much time and effort in, you're so close. I would say the Sam Houston State game especially, when, people forget we were down 5 in that game with less than a minute to play. It really showed resiliency to tie it up. And then, we're up 3, we're playing in front in that overtime. And at the end of the day, we had a dumb turnover. We missed, I wouldn't say an easy layup, Tyler. But certainly a point-blank shot. But we still get a stop, right? And then we get fouled, and we're up 3 with 9 seconds to go. We missed 2 free throws, and they throw in a 25-footer. And, one thing is when you're new, you're trying to get so many things just to be in a position to win close games. Sometimes what takes the back seat is situations. And I'm a huge situational guy, but we haven't had a chance to work on a ton of those situations yet just because you're trying to get good at everything else, But that will be at the forefront of practice on Friday without a question. But it is. We talked to the guys. It's a long season, and it's. I view the season as a 15-round heavyweight fight, and you're punching and you're taking punches, and we've delivered a lot of punches. We've taken a lot too, and you just can't lose sight. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. In those games, we've had I don't know that there's any doubt that we've had the toughest non-conference schedule up to this point. We've had some really good teams we play on the road, and those games are going to make us better. And so to come back the way we did, I thought we were a little sluggish to start the game, but I thought we really responded well in the second half to hopefully the first of many victories.
Brandon, you feel like you're still, with all the newness, you still feel like you're still adjusting, or how has that process been for you as a senior?
It was definitely different at first. Being here for 3 years with basically the same coaching staff, so I got pretty accustomed to their ways. So it was an adjustment at first, but I feel like at this point in the season, I feel comfortable with what Coach Smith and the other coaches want us to do, and there's certain game plans and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I'm still worrying about adjusting to anything right now.
Brandon, how about tonight? Probably regardless of who you're playing, you probably just want to come out there and get it home, do well, score some points, and win, right?
Yeah, it was definitely nice to come back to the Dome. We've been successful in here in the past, and we're looking to do that again this year. We just really had to get a win under our belt. Those first 5 games were really tough for us. We were in every one of those games, 2 of them into overtime. So we just needed a win, and I think this is going to get us rolling.
Brandon, how about the number of guys? It looks like you're going to play with this season. A lot of guys, probably more depth than you've seen and played with.
It's exciting. I feel like every single guy on our team can contribute in one way or another. Even if it's just the little things, going out there, grabbing a rebound, taking a charge, just that every single little play helps win games. So we have a ton of talent on this team. I feel comfortable playing with everybody, and I think that's really positive for us moving down the road.
That's the one.
You want me to leave and you can tell the truth now?